Ever wonder why Olympic sprinters are so jacked? High-intensity sprinting is proven to be the most anabolic form of exercise, with some studies pointing to a 2,000% rise in baseline growth hormone levels, which is 20 times your baseline level. It is also proven that sprinting leads to an increase in baseline testosterone levels over time, meaning the more you sprint, the higher your testosterone. This is just one of the many reasons why if I had to pick one form of exercise to do for the rest of my life, it would 110% be sprinting.
First of all, not all sprinters are jacked. Decent number of them are, at least at an elite level, but those that are jacked because they actually lift weights. They do some type of resistance training as an accessory for their sport. So it's basically a hypertrophy response to that resistance training. That's pretty much the case for every other sport where strength-specific training or resistance training is an essential part of it. So unless we're talking about sports such as weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, gymnastics, where strength-specific training is the essential part of it, the core of it, whenever you see a jacked athlete in some other sport, they're usually an outlier, and that's because they actually lift weights. They do some type of resistance training. They're not jacked because of their sport per se. Of course, there's also a genetic component to genetic response, and the fact a lot of athletes at an elite level use some type of performance enhancement drugs. Yes, even if they pass the test, because passing some of those tests is, well, not as hard as you think. Regarding the growth hormone release as a response to sprinting, not a single study is showing it's up to 2000%. Most studies are showing 450 to 700% relative to the baseline, and that baseline is virtually no production at all. So it's still well within the normal natural range of fluctuations. Your growth hormone fluctuates that much throughout the day all the time, and there are other things which can trigger growth hormone release to the same extent. For example, fasting, resistance training. What the fuck? Oh yeah, and what studies are also showing is that once your body gets used to a certain sprinting volume and intensity, that growth hormone release as a response to it exponentially decreases after a couple of weeks. So that growth hormone release benefit of sprinting is only applied to complete newbies to sprinting. So no, sprinting alone or by itself won't get you jacked, unless you have like a 1 in a billion genetic response, in which case you would get even more jacked, more muscular if you actually started lifting weights, do some type of resistance training. Now, if that's all clear, can I please get back to Ghost of Fiote after I murdered that fucking fly?